Singapore, because Singapore is also a destination that people normally travel for business and even for holiday visits. So we start with the geographical information. The capital city of Singapore is called Singapore. Yeah, it's the same as the name of the country. So the capital city of Singapore is Singapore. Yes, and then we go direct to document validity. So, passports and other documents accepted for entry must be valid for a minimum of 6 months from the arrival date. That is number one. Number 1A. Passports and other documents accepted for entry issued to nationals of Singapore must be valid on arrival. 1B. Passports and other documents accepted for entry issued to residents of Singapore must be valid on arrival. Crew members. A general declaration and crew ID cards is required. So when you are going as a crew member, that one is not very hard because your organization is normally aware of what they need. We have got a general declaration, yes, and whatever, and the crew ID, yes, the crew ID cards, and the general declaration. Military, those who work for the military, what do they need? Passport is not required for holders of a military ID card with movement orders issued to members of Her Majesty Forces or U.S. military personnel. Yes, into brackets, movement order must be authorized by the commander of the unit. Yeah, because I see some people traveling as military. So those are the rules and regulations for traveling to Canada if you work for the military and even the crew. So, additional information, the government of Singapore only recognizes Chinese Taipei, into brackets, on the cover, Republic of China Taiwan or Taiwan. The biodata page of the passport yeah, that is written Republic of China Taiwan or Taiwan. There are some that are written Republic of China Taiwan or just Taiwan on the biodata page. The bio page is where your biographical information is. Your photo, your name, the place of issue of the passport, and other details regarding you. Yeah, I know most of us have a passport and they know what is in the biographical page where you have the photograph. So, full stop. Passport without a personal ID number must be accompanied by an entry permit to enter Chinese Taipei. So, that one was just a very additional information regarding the Chinese Taipei or the Taiwan, whatever passport. Let us go to visa exemptions. Who does not need a visa to enter Singapore? Nationals of Singapore do not need, that is very obvious. Nationals of Saudi Arabia with a normal passport, and I keep saying that a normal passport is also called regular or ordinary. Yeah, it's just the passport that is issued to people who are not diplomats like you and I. Yeah, that are not officials of the government. So they get a normal stroke regular or ordinary. Nationals of Argentina, Austria, Belgium, Bulgaria, Croatia, Cyprus, Czechia or Czech Republic, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Ireland Republic, Italy, Korea Republic, Latvia, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Malta, Netherlands, New Zealand, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Slovakia, Slovenia, Spain, Sweden, and Switzerland for a maximum stay of 90 days. Then we have got the other number that does not need a visa. Passengers with a British passport with the nationality British citizen. Remember I told you there earlier that British passports are different, but there's the one that is most common is the one that has got the annotation British citizen on the biodata page. So, and then we go to passengers with a British passport with a nationality, British overseas territories citizen, with a certificate of entitlement to the right of abode issued by the United Kingdom for a maximum of 90 days. Yeah, take note of that. If you have that passport, we normally call it BOTC, British Overseas Territories Citizen. Now, the other number, passengers with a British passport with the nationality British subject with the certificate of entitlement to the right of abode issued by the United Kingdom for a maximum stay of 90 days. So those with that passport can stay in Singapore for 90 days. And then we have got passengers with a British passport with the nationality British Overseas Territories citizen, which does not have certificate of entitlement to the right of abode issued by the United Kingdom for a maximum stay of 30 days. So if your BOTC passport does not have the right of abode, the certificate of entitlement to the right of abode, you can only stay for 30 days. Yes, that one is good to note. Passengers with a British passport with the nationality British subject, which does not have a certificate of entitlement to the right of abode issued by the United Kingdom for a maximum stay of 30 days. The other number, passengers with a British passport with the nationality British overseas citizens. This one is different. The other one was British Overseas Territories Citizen. This is called the British Overseas Citizen or BOC. Yeah, comma, British Protected Person or British nationals into bracket overseas. The British national passport normally have a bracket nationals. The British, 1 minute, let me repeat it. The British nationals, the passport of the UK that normally have the annotation British national, it is normally written into bracket overseas. So that one I know, I have seen them because I'm a document checker. Yes. So when you have that passport that is written British national, let me repeat that number. Passengers with a British passport with the nationality British overseas citizens, comma, British protected person, comma, or the last one, British nationals into bracket overseas for a maximum stay of 30 days. So number, the other number, nationals of Myanmar with a normal passport for a maximum stay of 30 days. Nationals of China's People's Republic with a normal passport for a maximum stay of 30 days. Nationals of China's People's Republic with a passport for public affairs for a maximum stay of 30 days. China, they normally have a passport for public affairs. Some countries, most countries do not have that, but China normally give that passport to their government officials going for government missions abroad. Yeah, so that one is what we call the public affairs passport. And then passengers with a Hong Kong passport for a maximum stay of 30 days. Passengers with a Macau passport for a maximum stay of 30 days. Nationals of Bangladesh, India, Jordan, Myanmar, Nigeria, Saudi Arabia, and Tunisia with a diplomatic passport. I shall not continue. I normally don't read the diplomatic side because I keep saying diplomats travel under the authority of their government, so they normally know everything. And it is normally planned by the other government, so they normally go to represent their government in foreign missions. So I'm not going to continue. I don't want to continue with the diplomatic and the official passports. Those are for government officials. And as I keep saying, and I'll keep repeating in every video, rules can change. So before you make a travel to Singapore, go to the government's website and double check again, because you can see rules are changing every day. Yeah, like for the US, things changed drastically. Some countries were banned from entering the US, so anything can change in maybe 1 week. changing mostly in 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. Some countries do not change that often, but it can happen. And if you have any query regarding a country that I have taught, you can post a question under that video. Yes, not under another video, so that we can avoid confusion. Yeah. So, passengers with the laissez-passer issued by the United Nations traveling on duty. The UN normally gives their staff a document called a laissez-passer. That is not a passport. Some people call it a pass. That is just a travel document, but not a passport. It does not even have a nationality. It is normally used for duty purposes. So if a UN staff is traveling on duty to Singapore, and they must have a letter to show that they are traveling on duty, they can use their laissez-passer. But even if you work for the UN, do not forget to carry your nationality passport. That is just a by the way. I normally don't like people having trouble in the airport because I have seen people getting trouble of some small issues. So that one is good. The other one that does not need a visa is a passenger. The other ones that do not need a visa are passengers with a re-entry permit issued by Singapore. Yes. And the others, nationals of Australia, and Australia, Korea Republic, and New Zealand with an APEC business travel card valid for travel to SGP, Singapore, if traveling on business for a maximum of 90 days. So if you are not Australia, sorry, Austria, sorry so much. No, Australia, I'm sorry. Yeah, let me repeat that number to avoid confusion. Nationals of Australia, Korea Republic, and New Zealand with an APEC, APEC, A for Apple, P for Papa, E for Egg, C for Cat, yes, APEC business travel card, valid for travel to Singapore, if traveling on business for a maximum stay of 90 days. Note that, only for business. So, and then, this does not apply to nationals of Australia, Korea Republic, and New Zealand. That sentence is really contradictory. Sorry so much. Sorry so much. It is not good to confuse you. Let me read number 20. That number. Let me repeat that number. Nationals of Australia, Korea Republic, and New Zealand with an APEC business. Okay, but with an APEC, I'm so sleepy. Sorry for that. I'm so sleepy. Business travel card issued to travel to Singapore if traveling on business for a maximum stay of 90 days. So let us go to the other number that does not need a visa to enter Singapore. Nationals of Australia and USA. So if you are from those countries, Australia and USA, you do not need a visa to enter. So even for the APEC, does not matter a lot because Australians and Americans, USA can enter without a visa. Transit without visa. Who can transit Singapore without a visa? Passengers with a confirmed onward ticket for a flight to a third country within 24 hours, they must stay in the international transit area of the airport and have documents required for the next destination. Let us continue. Nationals of Armenia, Azerbaijan, Belarus. Now, this one is transiting. Those one who can pass through Korea to another country. No, those one who can pass Singapore to another country. Yes, for example, you could be traveling from, for example, Ethiopia, Singapore to maybe Thailand, such a thing. Or maybe you are an Australian coming from, maybe you are traveling from Kenya, Singapore to Australia, Melbourne. So that is what we mean by transit without a visa. So, nationals of Armenia, Azerbaijan, Belarus, Georgia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Moldova Republic, Russian Federation, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Ukraine, and Uzbekistan with a confirmed onward ticket for a flight to a third country within 96 hours. You can stay for some time. 96 hours is a long transit. That one you can stay for some days in Singapore transiting. And then they must have documents required for the next destination. So when you are going for transit in any country, have the documents for the final destination. Meet the transit rules and meet the rules for the final destination to avoid any hiccups in the airport. So the other number, nationals of China's People Republic and India with a confirmed onward air or cruise ticket to a third country within 96 hours under the visa-free transit facility. Yeah, even that the other number was just under the visa-free transit facility. The other number that I read before this one, it was under VFTF, visa-free transit facility, full stop. They must have a residence permit issued by Australia, Canada, Germany, Japan, New Zealand, Switzerland, USA, or United Kingdom, valid for a minimum of 1 month from the arrival date, and have documents required for the next destination. So for China and India, that is a clause. Please read very carefully. Never make a mistake. You can rewind the video and listen to what I have read. I don't want to keep repeating. Now, the other number, nationals of China's People's Republic and India with a confirmed onward air or cruise ticket, either air or cruise ticket, to a third country within 96 hours under the visa-free transit facility. It is normally called VFTF. They must have an entry visa issued by Australia, Canada, Germany, Japan, New Zealand, Switzerland, USA, or United Kingdom for a minimum of 1 month. And they must have documents required for the next destination. Note all those clauses. They are very important. The other number, nationals of China's People's Republic and India with a confirmed onward air or cruise ticket to a third country within 96 hours under the visa-free transit facility or VFTF, and they must have a used, this one is better, a used single entry visa issued by Australia. Even if it is used now, you see they are allowing it. Used, already you have used the visa. Issued by Australia, Canada, Germany, Japan, New Zealand, Switzerland, or USA. No, Switzerland, USA or United Kingdom, and be returning from the country that issued the visa. This means when you have the visas that I've mentioned, you should be returning from the country that issued the visa. Go and read that video. I'm not going to repeat. Yes, read the clauses very carefully. So, to confirm if a visa issued by the USA has been used, it can be verified at, listen, to confirm if a visa issued by USA has been used. So, the visa for US and Japan or whatever, those countries that I've read, it must be used to enter the country that issued the visa. So, when you are going to Singapore, you should be returning from there. I think that one is good to note. And this one is under transit without visa for 96 hours. So, yeah. So, to confirm if a visa issued by USA has been used, it can be verified at https://tinyurl.com/5DNR2EAV. Full stop. The other number, nationals of China's People's Republic and India with a confirmed onward air or cruise ticket to a third country within 96 hours Under the visa-free travel facility, VFTF, they must have a residence permit that allows them to enter Australia, Canada, Germany, Japan, New Zealand, Switzerland, USA, or United Kingdom without a visa. It must be valid for a minimum 1 month from the arrival date. Yes, it must be valid for a minimum of 1 month from the arrival date in Singapore, from the arrival date, and have documents required for the next destination. Please read those clauses very carefully, for some of them are tricky. Divide the video and read and read and read and take notes. Yeah. Warning. Transit without a visa does not apply when traveling between China's People's Republic, Hong Kong, Hong Kong or Macau. Yeah, China's People's Republic, Hong Kong. Hong Kong is a special administrative republic. Macau is also a special, not administrative. It is normally called what? SAR, China. Special, I'm forgetting that A. Sorry, let me not confuse you. It is not normally called special. A stands for something I've forgotten for, I don't know why. So it is so if you are coming from China, between China, Hong Kong and Macau, you cannot transit without a visa. There you are going to need a visa. So that is very, very good to note. The warnings are very good to note. Additional information. Passengers transiting with separate tickets can check in for the connecting flight in the international transit area. These are friendly. Yeah, these are friendly because they are allowing you to have a separate tickets. But let me say something regarding tickets, and I'm going to come and teach regarding tickets. Separate tickets are not the best, if possible. They might be cheap or something, but it is better to buy a continuous ticket. I have seen people get in trouble because you have a separate ticket. You have to arrive in a destination, go and pick your bags at arrivals, come check in again. But when you have a continuous ticket, remember your bags are normally through tagged. But anyway, I'll come and talk regarding that. But now it is additional information that passengers transiting with separate tickets can check in for the connecting flight in the international transit area. That is very favorable. But at the number 8 or number additional, at the additional information, we have got a clause. Listen, this does not apply when passengers arrive or depart on Air Asia. Yeah, Air Asia is called AK. Or Indonesia Air Asia. The two-letter code is QZ, Thai Asia, FD, that is called FD, Thai Asia, FD, Air India Express, it is called IX, Cebu Pacific Air, the code is 5J, Firefly, yeah, that is FY, Indigo, yeah, it is 6E or 6 Echo. See, in the airline, we normally call E, egg. For egg, we call that Echo. So 6E, Lion Air, that is JT, Scoot, that is TR, Spring Airlines, that is 9C, or Vietjet Air, or VJ. So, under that, hotel accommodation is available in the transit area of Singapore Airport. That one, you are lucky, you can go to the hotel. There are some companies that don't have hotel accommodation within the transit area, but some airports have got, they have the hotel facilities. So, for merchant seamen, I'm not going to read because I don't want it to be very wrong. Yeah, there are people who go there as merchant seamen to work in the sea, but I'm not going to talk about the merchant seamen. Yeah, so let me read another warning. You know, warnings can be two or sometimes, yeah, sometimes they give one warning. This one have got another warning. Visa issuance. Who can get a visa? An electronic visa. E-visas can be obtained by authorized visa agents, stroke partners, or local contacts before departure at https://www.ica.gov.sg/ Passengers must have a printed e-visa confirmation. Please, when you are traveling on an electronic visa, you know the electronic, I know most of you know the electronic visas, whereby you apply online in the government website of that country, and you don't need to go to an embassy to do an interview to get a visa. Always have a printed copy, please. I've seen in the airport people coming without a printed copy, maybe traveling to Dubai, traveling to Qatar or whatever, or India, and then they are stuck. Some people are not the same. You can meet an agent in the airport who is very friendly, who can allow you to travel and advise you to print that visa on arrival in that country, because maybe you are late, you are coming late at the boarding gate, the flight is departing, but sometimes they offload completely. They tell you to go and do the printing, and maybe the whatever, the photocopier within the transit is not working. Maybe you are late. So please, when you apply for an online visa, print a copy. You can print and then you make 2 photocopies. Have some extra copies for your own sake, so that you can avoid any hiccups. Yeah. So additional information. So, number 1, additional extensions of stay is possible. You can extend it to stay. You can go and liaise with the immigration authority in Singapore and extend your stay if there is a reason, a genuine reason. Number 2, additional information. Expectant mothers visiting Singapore for the purpose of delivering their child in Singapore must apply for a visit pass prior to their visit. The visit pass can be applied for at www.ica.gov.sg into brackets apply for visit pass full stop. Applications take 4 to 6 weeks to process. A visit pass is not required for nationals of Singapore or residents of Singapore holding a re-entry permit issued by Singapore. Yeah, and the expectant mothers. So just read the video and listen to what I have said. Warning again. Let us read the warning, darlings. Passengers must submit their SG arrival card into brackets SGAC before arriving in Singapore via https://ica.gov.sg/SG arrival card or via the mobile application. And a warning number 3. Nationals of Korea Democratic People's Republic must be escorted to the immigration at checkpoints authority. Number 4. Virtual APEC business travel cards issued to nationals of Australia, Korea Republic, and New Zealand shown on the ABTC app are accepted to enter. Yes. Number 5. Under warning. Virtual APEC business travel cards shown on the ABTC app are accepted to enter. Health. Yes, and mostly in health, mostly they refer to yellow fever vaccinations or even something to do with malaria, but mostly yellow fever. Let us listen to health. Passengers arriving within 6 days after leaving or transiting countries with risk of yellow fever transmission must present a valid yellow fever vaccination certificate upon arrival. Passengers without a valid yellow fever vaccination certificate, including children aged 1 year and below, listen to this. Let me repeat the health, by the way. Just listen to the health. Passengers arriving within 6 days after leaving or transiting countries with risk of yellow fever transmission, into brackets, regardless of area, city or region, must present a valid yellow fever vaccination certificate upon arrival. Passengers without a valid yellow fever vaccination certificate, into brackets, including children aged 1 year and below, in whose certificate has yet to become valid, are liable to be quarantined at the government quarantine facility for up to 6 days on arrival, or could be refused entry. Full stop. More details can be found at https://tiny.url.com/yn4tx6m8. Exempt from yellow fever vaccination, meaning who does not need a yellow fever vaccination to enter Malaysia. Number 1, passengers transiting Singapore if not leaving the transit area. Number 2, passengers transiting countries with risk of yellow fever transmission within 12 hours if not leaving the transit area. Meaning, you could be transiting a country that have got yellow fever transmission for 12 hours, but you are not leaving the transit area. Meaning, you are not going to enter into that country to go through immigration. That I think we understand. But let me add something also, because I'm a travel document checks expert. If you are a person that is you know there are people who are senior people. Maybe you are 60 and above. Please consult your doctor, because remember, senior citizens, you cannot be given that jab. There are some years when you reach some years that can be dangerous to your body. But now that one, deal with the doctor and the whatever. You can go to your doctor and get an exempt. Have an exempt, written exempt because of your age. Or maybe you have a condition like a terminal sickness, for example, cancer patients and other things like that. Please, because I'm not a doctor, in such instances, don't risk to go and take the jab. Please go and explain to your doctor, and then from there, the doctor can give you a letter. Because that there are some other things like medical cases that are also can be exempted, but with a letter. But you can always consult with the Singapore immigration to be very sure. Because whatever I speak is not legal, it's just out of experience, and that is what is in black and white in the travel information manual. So that is good to note. I'm not gonna continue. Thank you so much for listening. Remember, rules keep changing. Always be updated daily. Things can change in 2026. They can even change in this year in 2025. I'm talking this in 2025. Those are the travel rules to Singapore in 2025 as at August. Yes. So thank you so much for listening. As at August 20, is it August 24th or something? So thank you for listening. Keep up watching my videos. Watch fully. You can share with your friends and relatives. And if you need any legal advice, consult your lawyer. Any medical advice, consult a doctor. Thank you so much, and bye for now. See you later. Bye.